predicting the NFC and AFC Championship games, beginning with the AFC Championship game. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens head to Indianapolis, and they knock off the Colts. Another AFC Championship victory on the road. They beat the Raiders at Oakland. They beat the Patriots at Foxborough. And now they're going to beat Indianapolis. So the Colts are going to lose their 19th playoff game to Lamar Jackson. Jackson is Gematria of 19. Baltimore's great revenge for the Colts, leaving Baltimore for Indianapolis. The Ravens beat the Colts in the wild card round. Andrew Luck's rookie season en route to winning the championship in 2012-2013. So they beat the Colts 24-9 that season. This is kind of Indianapolis is 75. The city of Santa Clara is 75. Basically, Lamar Jackson's going to be 7-5 in the playoffs. He's going to beat the Colts in the conference championship round. He'll be 7-5 in the playoffs, so it makes sense for the Ravens to beat Indianapolis along the way. I do like a win over the Bills in the wild card. Who could it be in the divisional round? It could be anybody, admittedly. But let's say if the Ravens play the Colts in the divisional round, then Daniel equals 45. So, at the bare minimum, they're losing against Lamar Jackson. When it happens, not quite so sure just yet. But if the Colts, win, let's say they get the number 1 seed, they could be going for a 25th win against the Ravens. If the Patriots are the number 1 seed, then basically you're left with a 25-25 record entering the conference championship game against the Ravens. Okay, that's what we're establishing right here. Also in Gematria, Indy is 25, Ravens 25. The Ravens beat the Colts. The Colts, maybe they lose against the Chiefs, or maybe they knock off a Kansas City or something. Lamar Jackson defeats a Kansas City that has to go on the road, vice versa. Maybe Jim Harbaugh, former player of the Colts, maybe the Colts play Los Angeles. Maybe they do. They could play Los Angeles. Jones is 18. Lamar Jackson can play Danny Jones 18 days after his birthday, Lamar Jackson. The AFC Championship game is on the 25th day of the month. Ravens is 25. Indy is 25. The Ravens are going to beat the Colts in the AFC Championship game. Indianapolis Colts fall to 11-8 against the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 118. Lamar Jackson is going to beat Indy. Number 8, with the 8th win over the traitor former team from Baltimore, is going to beat them in the AFC Championship game. The Ravens would enter the AFC Championship game with 20 wins. Depending on how you look at it, they get the 20th playoff win against the Colts in the divisional round, or they enter the AFC Championship game with 20 playoff wins in India's 20, and then a 21st win in the playoffs for the Ravens with 18 to win a conference title. The Ravens are, I think they are 18 and 32 in the playoffs. So they're 18 and 14, the Baltimore Ravens. Again, Jones is 18, 32 playoff games, 33, 34, 35, and then 36. Divisional round, they'll be 6-8, like championship. In the conference championship, they'll improve with 3-3. They came over from Cleveland, so Cleveland's gonna get tortured some more. And the Rams started out in Cleveland before they moved to LA. They're hosting the Super Bowl next year, so we have overall Cleveland riddle going on here with the Ravens. Now, 25th day of the year is the AFC Championship game. Ravens is 25, Indy is 25. Daniel Jones came over from the Giants 25. So it's all about that 25th day of the year. The Colts is 30. Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, will be 3-0 in the Super Bowl when they win the Super Bowl. Also, Colts in reverse equals 30 and 66. Baltimore Ravens does equal 66 in Gematria. What about Lucas Oil Stadium? Is it still called Lucas Oil Stadium? So the Baltimore Ravens, 3-3. They'll obviously they'll win on the road. Obviously, to be 3-2 on the road, and Lamar, the 32nd pick of his draft, makes it to the Super Bowl. He plays in the Super Bowl 32 days after his birthday. The 6th AFC title, the 3rd victory for the Ravens. Jones is Gematria of 63. The Colts, it's 8 conference title games and 3 wins to stay at 83. Ravens, 83 in Gematria. I mean, Daniel Jones, he's not that guy. 3 AFC title wins in 4 home games for the Indiana-based Colts. They'll fall to 3-5. The Ravens' first title came in Super Bowl 35. Their conference title game record, while based at Indianapolis, they lost that year 0-2, 1-2, 2-2, 2-3. They'll fall to that 2-4 record. You think about Giants, it's Giant. That's Gematria 24. In the Ravens' 35th playoff game, too, the Colts fought a 3-5 in the conference title game. Nicknames, all that good stuff. Colts-Packers, not really an intriguing Super Bowl, right? Danny Dimes is 45, Lamar's 45. I guess his name is Daniel Stephen Jones. Daniel Jones in the AFC Championship game with the chance to make it at Santa Clara. And then PSYOP is absolutely complete. Daniel Jones III is 90, Santa Clara 90, also in Gematria Lamar equals 90. And again, 18-14, the Ravens' 36th playoff game is for their first Super Bowl appearance. Came over from the Vikings. Vikings is 37. Lamar Jackson does equal 37. Ultimately, Minnesota Vikings equals 75. This is going to lead up to Lamar Jackson being 7-5 in the playoffs. So we done with the AFC. Well, let's talk about Mr. John Harbaugh. Or is it still called Lucas Oil Stadium? Indianapolis, Indiana's 94. 122 and 94. Santa Clara, California in abbreviations does equal 94. And 122 would be a spot for the Super Bowl at San Francisco. And Lamar Demetrius Jackson does equal 122. Indianapolis, Indiana's 175. It is, no, this is San Francisco Bay Area Gematria. San Francisco Bay Area does equal 175. That's why the AFC Championship game would have to be at Indianapolis, Indiana. And he is 63 years of age, the coach of the Ravens. Jones does equal 18. So ultimately, he does enter the AFC Championship game with 15 wins, John Harbaugh, and 15 is basically your Colts Gematria. Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan is 83, Ravens 83. Jonathan Taylor, 174. Baltimore Ravens does equal 174. Well, yeah, are they going to beat the Chargers? Jim Harbaugh used to play with the Colts, so he could very well, the Colts could very well, the thing is they destroyed LA, so, the Broncos did beat the Colts. The Colts will probably beat the Patriots. Whoever they play, they're going to beat. So whoever it is, Kansas City, you name it, that's who they're going to beat. So I think the best case to see who the Colts play is through their playoff history in the divisional round. $19 games in the divisional, 20. Who do they get? Who do they get? Okay, I guess this includes 1 year that they were not in the NFL. It includes NFL and AFL championship games. So including NFL and AFL championship games, their record falls to 4-5, like Lamar's 45 and Daniel's Gematria 45. So this is going to be a dominant Ravens performance at Indianapolis when they win the AFC Championship game. Packers against the Eagles. Another stab at the Eagles. Matt LaFleur, they're all talking the bullshit. Is he going to get tried? Is he going to get tried? Well, every Packer quarterback won their first championship was 27 years of age. 5 victories for the Packers. They won by exactly 27 points. 3-5 in the playoffs. Matt LaFleur. He'll get the 6-5 when he beats Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game. Philadelphia 65. I do expect the Packers to lose on Thanksgiving against the Lions. They got to lose on Thanksgiving, then people got to start to doubt them. So I do like that 6-5 from Matt LaFleur by beating Philadelphia. And then you could fall to 6-6 in the Super Bowl against Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens does equal 66. Now on to Jordan Love. 1-2 in the playoffs. He'll be 4-2 in the playoffs when he makes it to his first Super Bowl. Matt LaFleur's Gematria, or LaFleur by itself is Gematria 42. And for the record, Ravens 3-0 in the Super Bowl. Packers, they fought a 4-2 in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, Jalen is 42. Jordan Love's going to be 4-2 in the playoffs when he beats Jalen Hurts. That's what's going to happen right there. Okay, quarterback record, Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, now your Eagle players. So an unsuccessful title defense for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts would enter the AFC Championship game, or the NFC Championship game with an 8-3 playoff record. He'll fall to 8-4. The Green Bay Packers is Gematria 84 in reverse, but then when you type in the Green Bay Packers, also equals 84. His playoff record would be 8-4. I think same thing with Nick Sirianni, because all of Sirianni's games were with Jordan Love. And, so Ravens are the clear winner. It's just a matter of who they play versus the Eagles or the Packers. Green Bay to improve to 4-6 in the conference championship game. Of course, 3-7 is Gematria of Philly, but 4-6 is Gematria of Levi Stadium. In their last NFC title victory, Chicago, this is where we get the Eagles side with Green Bay. This is where we get the Packers winning side with 46. It's all about the road record. The Packers will be 7-2 on the road or actually 2-4 on the road. What is 3-4 on the road? What is 3-4 on the road? Maybe Lincoln Financial Field, maybe. Lincoln Financial Field. Lincoln is Gematria 34. They could be 3-4 at Lincoln Financial Field. Now the Eagles fall to 5-5, right? 49ers are your Super Bowl host, and 49ers does equal 55 in the 34 we've spoken about. Home record, two ways. 6-2, obviously like Jordan Love, but 5-3 is Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is 53. Now the Super Bowl's at the Bay Area. Bay Area is 53. The Panthers did play in the last Super Bowl at the Bay Area. The Panthers is Gematria 53. So ultimately, this is where we get 5-5 for Jordan Love entering the AFC Championship game. But yeah, Green Bay Packers. $40 wins in the Super Bowl against the Ravens. The Ravens does equal 40. They could get the 41 against Baltimore. Baltimore does equal 41. The Bay Area does equal 41. Super Bowl equals 41. And Green Bay equals 41. And Green Bay, for the record, does equal 40. They can enter the Super Bowl with 40 playoff wins. There are 27 playoff losses. I've spoken about the 27 enigma. They could get the 28 on 2-8 against the old Browns, because the Ravens, the players, they transferred over from Cleveland to Baltimore. The Cleveland today is an expansion team, so that's what we have to note with 28. Could a 28th loss for the Packers come in the final game? Who could the Broncos lose to in the playoffs? I mean, we got possibilities. We pretty much know what the playoff field is going to be. Colts could be number one, maybe not, obviously. Colts could be in the wild card. But Daniel Jones, 1-1 in the playoffs, obviously would fall to 3-2 against the 32nd pick, Lamar Jackson. So just a matter of who the Patriots are going to face in the playoffs. They are the probable number one seed at the moment. The Patriots are going to be one and done without GOAT Tom Brady. 23rd loss, Mahomes, 23-1 life path, 37 wins. 60th game could be against Indianapolis. Indianapolis 60. It all depends on the seeding. The Ravens are number 4. The Colts will be ranked higher. So Colts Broncos potentially we could be looking at in the divisional round. Colts Broncos. Could we see another Colts Broncos matchup? But we'll figure that stuff out later. This is what the probable. There's going to be an upset. Philadelphia is going to be in the mix. Patriots without GOAT Tom Brady, they're not going to make it to a conference title game without Tom Brady, especially when Drake May plays like a rookie. In the playoffs, I think it's the Patriots' divisional round record. Quite frankly, they're Mike Vrabel's playoff record. So yeah. 2 and 4. Didn't number 24 was the Tuck rule? Charles Woodson, number 24. I think it's got to do something with that. Quite frankly, Vrabel does equal 24. The Patriots are one and done. Just who is it going to be against is the question. Indianapolis does equal 60, by the way. The Patriots, they're one and done. Patriots, they're not winning jack. I could see the Colts being the Chiefs if the Colts are number 2. The Chiefs are number 7. Daniel Jones can have a legendary game. Divisional round 16 and 6. This will stay at 11 and 4. This will stay there. I mean, what equals 24 in Gematria? Also, Indianapolis does equal 18 days after Lamar Jackson's birthday. The team acronym for Indiana equals 18. Baltimore 21 wins entering the Super Bowl. Okay, what about Green Bay? 45, Lamar 45. Philadelphia 24, 33. Oh yeah. Well, let me just end it right here.